Welcome to Krusty Krab, home of the Krabby Patty. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a Krabby Patty and what I go through every day on a day-to-day basis on making this delicate hamburger. Alright, so you guys, if you've ever seen the show SpongeBob SquarePants, you know what the Krabby Patty is. I'm sure a lot of you have always wanted to try it, because I know I have. And I've actually perfected the technique myself. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring all the materials here today because it's a lot of ingredients. But as we begin, we're going to be going over our ingredients, what it's like cooking it, and an alternative way to actually make somewhat of a different Krabby Patty. So as we start, we have our bun, our pickle, our meat, lettuce, cheese, tomato, onion, and our two sauces. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get a cast iron skillet, preferably more deep so all the juices can still go to the center of what it is. Or sorry, to the center of the burger. And everyone knows the special ingredient of a Krabby Patty, or there's supposed to be a special ingredient. I found out it's actually nothing. It's supposed to be crab meat, but Mr. Krabs is a crab, and I think that's pretty violent. So first thing you want to do is you want to get your kosher salt, and you want to sprinkle this on both sides of your meat to kind of season it. And you are going to want to do the same thing with pepper. Then you're going to want to put your oil in your skillet and lay the meat away from you. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cook it to however you prefer. If you don't know, this is different ways to tell how well the meat is done. So rare, medium rare, well, and well done is all the way up here. First thing you want to do is you want to lay the lettuce down first. That's actually not how you're supposed to make a burger, but this is for scientific purposes. Next will be the cheese, tomato, pickles, and then finally the top of the bun. So that's what a Krabby Patty should look like. Looks a lot like the picture in the training video. And look at that beautiful cross section we have there. So as we close out for the first Krabby Patty, this is the more how it's supposed to look and what you think a Krabby Patty would look like. But as for the next burger, it's going to be made a little differently to kind of give it that twist. So this is different ingredients. So we have pepper, a little bit of portobello mushroom, and ginger. So you're going to slice that open, and that's what it's going to look like when it goes out. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put this into a mincer, and you're going to press it all down. This is just kind of make your own sauce. This is a little hard to do if you're not used to cooking. But you're going to want to grind that all up. It's going to come out, and we're going to be using a different kind of beef. These are pork loin cuts. So you're going to be grinding your own beef. Again, this is not necessary. What we're going to want to do is you're going to want to put that in the fridge for about 10 minutes with the pan so everything gets cold. You're going to put the blade in there too to freeze the blade so everything gets chopped up. Then you're going to smash it accordingly or grind it up accordingly. Then you're going to make a burger patty. You don't want to make it too loose because it's just going to fall apart and be like meatloaf. You don't want that. Next thing you want to do is get your fresh tomato. You can slice that up. Pour some olive oil on it. Sprinkle whatever seasoning you like on your tomato. Some people use pepper, salt, whatever you want. You're going to want to put those in until they come out looking like that. You're going to put those into the oven. And this is going to be for homemade ketchup. You're going to mix up some ketchup paste, olive oil, mix that up more. This is really good. And then classic ketchup. You're going to mix this all up. And then you're going to put some Dijon mustard and mix that up with the paste that you just made. And next is going to be some onion like crisp patties. You're going to put those in the oven for about 10 minutes. Then they're going to be pushed down to make onion crisps. And the next thing you want to do when you're making this kind of burger is make sure you toast your buns. Otherwise, it's going to be really soggy. So you're going to want to make sure you do that first. Next, you're going to put all the toppings you laid on first. Notice how we're not putting the lettuce on first because it'll make the burger extremely soggy. And then you're going to put your ingredients on top accordingly. And lettuce always goes on top of whatever ingredient you have. Doesn't matter what it is. Always put lettuce on top. And that's a different way to make a Krabby Patty. And of course, it's going to taste great. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Hopefully, you learned a little something in my training video. And I hope you guys can all work at the Krusty Krab and make Krabby Patties just as good as SpongeBob.